Okay, sorry, you caught me zooming out. So I wanted you guys to open up your book to page 314, and we're going to look at two problems that are similar to the ones that you did on your practice problems at home on Wednesday, yesterday, because they involved perimeter. And I mentioned them very briefly in the video of how to open up your homework problems, but I wanted to go through one with you just in case, because there's a couple of different ways you can solve them. And I'm just going to use a whiteboard to make it a little bit easier. So I want to work 28 and 29 in your book. There's not a lot of space, so you can either work it on the side or down here in this little work area where you have some space, or up here, because we probably won't use this space, just to save yourself some paper. So remember, with perimeter, we know that we just have to add all four sides, right? There's no multiplication. This is an area where we're doing length times width. It's just adding up all the sides. But we have expressions for each side. We don't have actual numbers. So you could write a big, long expression. Let's scooch this up a little bit. And I could say 6 millimeters plus 3x minus 1 millimeter. Don't write this. Plus 6 millimeters plus 3x minus 1 millimeter. And just have like this mega long problem. That's not very efficient, because we know the distributive property, it can actually help us. I didn't think the distributive property could help you, but it does. So since I have two, and I'm pointing at the screen like you can see me, sorry. Since we have two 6mm, sorry, for millimeters, can't I do 2 times 6m? Sorry, I keep forgetting to say millimeters. I feel like it needs to just be meters. Okay, if I just do, if it was 6 and 6, you could just do 12, right? Like you would just do 2 times 12, but there's millimeters there. So it just kind of freaks you out, but don't let it freak you out. Okay, so I'm going to do 6, because it does tell me to write an expression for the perimeter. So I need to write some kind of an expression. I want to try write the best expression I can, not a big long one. And then I'm going to add, because remember, perimeter is just adding all the sides. I have a 3x minus 1 millimeter and a 3x minus 1 millimeter. So I'm just going to do 2 times 3x minus 1 millimeter, or mm. And now I need to scooch this up so you can see it. Now I can use the distributive property, right? And distribute it out. And then the last step will be to combine any like terms. So all this is not really much to distribute, because there's just one thing inside. It's just 2 times 6 is 12 millimeters plus. Now I'm going to distribute the 2 to the 3x and distribute the 2 to the 1. I already have my plus sign. 2 times 3 is 6x minus, keep the same sign, keep going. 2 times 1 is 2 millimeters. Now, in keeping with the colors, because I do have fun colored markers, I'm going to put a pink square, or rectangle, sorry, around my positive 12 millimeters. And then I'm going to put a pink rectangle around my negative 2 millimeters, right? And then I think I have a green here that I can use for my positive. It's not very green, but you can kind of see it. Oops, sorry, kind of wrote through there. So now when I combine them, I have a positive 12 millimeter, a negative 2, which leaves me 10 millimeters plus 6x. And that would be the most simplified expression to find the perimeter. Once we know what m and x are, then we can find the perimeter. Instead of having to plug it in to 4 different expressions and add it all up, we've simplified it to, now if they just gave us these 2 numbers, we could come up with the answer quickly. Okay, so let's do one more. Let's try this one. Ooh, look at that. I get another whiteboard. Oops. Okay, so this one, you're trying to find the perimeter, and there's 6 sides to it. So again, you don't want to write this big, long expression of x plus 4 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 4 plus x plus 5. I mean, that's just crazy. You can if you want, but it's not efficient, and I wouldn't recommend it, because you're smart and you know how to use the distributive property. And because it's perimeter, we're just adding. So I'm going to start with the 10.2 inches. I have 2 of them, so I'm just going to do 2 times 10.2. I don't need to do 10 plus 2, 10.2 plus 10.2. I can just do 2 times it, okay? Plus, I have 4 expressions that are exact same, 4 sides or that are the exact same length, x plus 4 inches. So I'm going to do 4 times x plus 4 inches. Okay, now I'm going to use my distributive property. Well, this is just a multiplication, right? So 20, not 20, sorry, 2 times 10.2 is 20.4 inches. Let's keep our units. Plus, and now I'm going to distribute the 4 to the x and distribute the 4 to this 4 inches. 4x plus 16 inches. Okay, and now I want to combine my like terms. Can you all see that? Oh, sorry, scooch it up. I've got a positive 20.4 inches and a positive 16 inches. And let's find another color. Blue is better. It's kind of purpley. And then my positive 4x. So once I combine my 20.4 and my 16, I have 36.4 plus 4x. Oops. So all I really need to know is what x is, and then I can find the perimeter of this shape. Instead of plugging in x to 4 different things and adding them all up, I've simplified it to a very simple expression that will give me the perimeter once I know what x is. Okay, so this is just a way you might see some story problems that you have to work out, just like you did yesterday. Tomorrow I'm going to give you, well, actually, I'm giving you one today. It's a Google slide practice. If you finish it today, great. If you need some extra time and you need Friday to finish it, that's fine too. I'm going to give you some more practice problems on Friday. I just want you to practice and practice and practice. But if you really get, frustrated tomorrow, or, well, sorry, I'm recording this on Wednesday. If you get frustrated today, being Thursday, and you're working through the Google Slides and there's 13 practice problems, and you need to just take a break on the last 3, then it's fine. It's practice. I'd love for you to finish it at least by Friday if possible, because I am going to assign a handful more on Friday. Not too many more because I feel like you're getting it. But anyway, that's it. I'm not going to work anymore because I don't want to make this super long. You can always go back and watch Dr. Berger solve a problem or 2, or rewatch this. But I'm telling you, putting the boxes around the terms, including the operation sign in front of it, is key. And if you don't want to use colors, guys, if you're like, I don't want to get colors out. Most of the time, I don't use colors when I'm doing my math homework. But if you saw on the answer key the ones that you did yesterday, okay, I did use colors. I take that back. On the answer key, I don't know if your mom showed it to you, but see, I just did boxes and circles. But I did use 2 different colors, but you don't have to. You could just do boxes around, one term and circles around another term. And then if you had another term, you could just underline it. That's what I did up here. I used circles for the x squares. Then I used a different color circle. And then I underlined the numbers. So you can come up with a way. Let me see, do I have any other ones? Oh, down here, I just used boxes again. So I did that on the answer key. You may not have seen all the answer keys though. So I'm telling you, if you do that, you will do so much better. Please, if you don't want to use colors, like I said, just come up with your own system of like boxes and squares and circles, and do, like boxes around the like terms and circles and underlines, whatever. But include the operation sign in front of it. That will be a game changer for you. I promise. All right. Good luck. Miss you guys. And I will hopefully see your faces very soon. Bye.